Okay. And then I need my quick time. There we go. Awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Okay, so we talked about slope on, it was so long ago. That was Tuesday, right? Something like that. No, Wednesday. I can't keep my days straight. This is impossible. But anyway, so we talked about slope. Now we're going to talk about slope intercept form. Does that sound familiar? Does that ring a bell for you? Can't see. That's what how about if I do?
Oh, yeah, that's better.
Is that better? Sorry. Thank you for being honest and telling me because got to work the kinks out. Okay, so now we're talking about slope intercept form. This is y equals mx plus b. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so far we've only been dealing with one variable equations. In this equation, you're going to have a y and an x. So you're going to have two variables. So it presents a little bit different challenge, but nothing that we can't do. So anytime you see y equals mx plus b, you should know that's a linear equation. Your graph is going to be a straight line of some sort. But the two numbers that we're going to get out of it are m, which is the slope, what we just talked about on Wednesday, the slope of the line, and then you're going to get b, which is the y-intercept. Once we have an equation in slope-intercept form, we can take it within probably 10 seconds and put it on a graph. So we have to learn how to get an equation. Hi, do you need Mrs.? You can. Yes, Miss. Just have to answer a question, I believe, about last Thursday.
Oh.
Okay. So once we get it in that form, it's a piece of cake. So we have to talk about how do we get it there. Basically, we're going to solve any two variable equation the same way we solve any other equation. Any other equation. So on your homework assignment last night, when we had 4 times x plus 2 equals 10x minus 4, what do we do first when we're solving an equation? You distribute first. Then what do? Combine like terms that are on the same side. Perfect. Then we get our x's on one side and numbers on the other side. And last but not least, we divide. By both sides by what's with x. That's the exact same thing we are going to do. Exact same thing, okay? So you isolate the variable by using inverse operations. You isolate by using inverse operations. So let's take a look at A. It's the same steps. So I'm going to draw my line. What I highly encourage you to do is highlight Y or circle Y if you don't have a highlighter. You need to locate where it is because that's what we want by itself. That's what we need by itself. So, do I have to distribute anything? No. Do I have any like terms on the same side? No. Do I have in this case, y's on one side and everything else on the other side? Yeah. So the last thing I have to do is divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by what?
Negative.
There you go. So we have y equals, and now this is the trickiest part. This is the newest part for you. We need to simplify what's on the right. So this is where your calculator might come in handy. We need to take 16x and divide that by negative 8. That's negative 2x, good. And then we also need to take 56 and divide it by negative 8. It is. And that's it. We're done. Y equals mx plus b. What'd you say, Donnie? That's all we need to do. Obviously, I started out with probably a little bit easier equation, but that's all we're going to be doing over and over again.
If there's like an equation where one of the variables on the left side is an equal, and you're dividing it, you divide it by both the numbers.
Yep.
Okay.
And left side. If you divide
on the left side, everything's divided by like -8.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, but Ms.
Yes.
If there were like 7 minus 8y, would we get rid of the 7 first?
Yep. But I think Brady's asking, if you do choose to divide,
Oh, you can divide.
you can divide, but then all of a sudden you have to divide every part by 7.
Okay.
So yeah, so if you had an equation that was exactly, I think like you said, 7 minus 8y equals 56, you can divide whenever you want to, but the reason we don't tell you to divide first is it gets ugly fast. Because you would have to divide both of these by 8 and that by 8. So this becomes 7/8 minus y equals 7.
And then you get rid of the fraction.
But then you're doing the reverse of this.
Right.
So then it doesn't make sense to do that.
Would I add that 7 by 50?
Well, let's take a look at B. I think that might answer your question, Brady. So now I'm going to draw my line here. I'm going to highlight y. Do I have any parentheses to get rid of? No. Do I have any like terms? No, because y and -1 don't like each other. They have to have the exact same variable. X and 47 don't like each other. I don't have all of the y's on one side and everything else on the other side, so I need to get rid of this -1. So the opposite of that would absolutely be to add 1 to both sides. But remember, what you do to one side, you can only do to the other side once. So I'm going to put +1 underneath 47. Why did I do that? It's on the different side, so now I have my balance because I added 1 to both sides. What, Donnie? They're like terms. I can't take this 1 here and add it to x because they don't like each other. You can't say x plus 1 is 1x, but I can say that 47 plus 1 is what? 48. So we end up with y is equal to x plus 48. Is y by itself? So I'm done. Oopsies. Must have held that line too long. Let's take a look at C. Uh-oh. We do have some distribution that we have to do, right? I'm going to first highlight the y, because there it is.
Is it all?
For slope-intercept form, yes.
Okay.
Yep, because it's y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to go ahead and distribute the 2. I'm going to multiply that into x and 1. What do I get? Or I'm just going to write -2. But yep, plus -2 is also correct. Then I still have this -4y and equals 10. My y is still right here. That hasn't changed. Do I have any like terms?
No.
No.
You add 2.
Yep.
-2.
Let's add 2 to both sides. That definitely helps because there's less over there with y. So I have -2x minus 4y equals 12. Is y by itself? Yeah, is that like that y term alone? No, so what do I have to do next? Not yet. I need just my y's. So in this case, why don't I change that to y's? I just need just my y's on a side by itself. Yeah, so not yet. I need to get rid of this -2x. So how do I move that to the other side? There you go. Anytime you want to move it, you do the opposite. So I have -4y is equal to, can I combine 12 plus 2x? They don't like each other. I can't say that's 14 x's. Not. Don't change where the x is. It would just be 12 plus 2x. You just write it next to each other instead of one underneath the other. It could be if you wanted to, Ezzy. Absolutely. I could erase that and I could write, oh, why'd you erase my line?
Can undo.
Yeah, that's true. I should have. You can write 2x plus 12 if you want to. It does not matter. Okay, those are both positive, so yep, you can do that. And then now I have all of my y's on the left side, so then and only then can I divide both sides by not just 4. Good, I like that better. So y is equal to is where you want to get your calculators out. 2x divided by negative 4. And don't forget your x. And then 12 divided by negative 4. And there's my answer. Any questions on C? Okay, let's take a look at D. Why don't you guys try D? I'm going to give you a couple minutes. Try D on your own.
I meant to talk to you. That's the only thing.
Let's see. I don't think
So, yeah,
so.
come here a second, please.
Okay, we're doing sign language.
Ryan, I said no nap time. No nap time.
Taking a nap. You done?
Oh, is this from this one? Okay, so just okay. Oh, this one.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay,
Do this
okay.
have a negative. Negative. Invisible.
Yes. So what would you do first?
Oh, Miss Cabral, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, perfect. Don't erase it.
Nathan, did you get it okay?
Oh, that's all I did. Wait, so like, wouldn't it just be negative? What do you do to move the 7x? Yes, but then you gotta get rid of that. So how would you move the 7x?
You can have it.
Over here.
Try to get this over here.
It was a -2, so we added it to both sides. But now it's a 7x. So how do we move it to the other side?
7 minus 7. Then.
Not add, because it's already plus. So it's the opposite of plus. You do that to both sides.
Okay, so here's my y. What do I do first?
Oh, you want minus 7x?
Perfect. Okay, we got to make sure we subtract 7x. Do not look at the sign that is in front of y. Okay, you're looking at that, what 7x is, and it's a positive, so that's why you have to subtract it from both sides. So what do I have left then on that left side? Negative y or minus y, whatever you want to look at it. And then on the right side, can I combine those? No. So I would just write 7 minus 7x. Or, as if you wanted to and put the x first, that would be negative 7x plus 7. Now, how in the world do I get rid of this negative? Divide both sides by what? Not negative y, negative 1, because remember that's that imaginary 1 that's there. So now those will cancel. And I will have y is equal to, I have negative 7 plus what? Plus what? Yes. There we go. Questions on those? Okay, let's try. Do you want to try E? Give it a shot. You got this. Yep.
Catching up, Danny. Awesome. Thank you.
I literally, when you heard the call, I was calling.
Thank you very much. And Kayla, I was on there.
Danny was sleeping.
No, not Danny.
Danny would never be oversleeping, right? How would you miss our class, Danny?
First step.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Why did you subtract? Did you substitute for 31? No, so you just. Wait a minute. Because they're not like each other.
You're gonna get Y by itself.
Right, if this had an X, then you would add it. Then you would
No,
have
go on.
20 by
Charlie.
1 second.
Okay.
negative.
Yes, yes. And what do you do? Henry? Do they like each other?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But I don't want that back.
I know, I'm just saying if I simplify it, okay.
Yep, yep. You do. This is 30.
Oh, 6, yeah.
Oh, that was so embarrassing.
Okay, what do I do first?
Subtract 30 from both sides.
Perfect. When I subtract those, they go away on the left. I have negative 6y remaining. What do I have left then on the right side?
Minus
Why can't I say that's negative 3x?
Because X equals, because they don't have the same like terms.
Exactly. They don't like each other. Okay? So you cannot combine those. If they both had x's, then I could say that would be negative 3x's. Then what do I do?
I would divide both sides for everything by negative 6.
Perfect. So this is where your calculator comes in handy. I can tell you for a fact that negative 6 does not go evenly into 27. So get your calculator out. 27 divided by negative 6.
Negative 9.
Well, it gives me negative 4.5, but remember, we don't want that, especially this chapter. So math, fraction, enter, that's what we want.
Yep.
Negative 9/2. So that's negative 9/2 x. And then what do we get when we take negative 30 divided by negative 6?
Positive 5.
Done. Let's do F. Absolutely, I heard it. I'm going to distribute this 2 inside the parentheses. So I get what on the right side? 12x plus 10. Nothing changes on the left. I forgot to highlight my y, sorry. So I distributed. Are there any like terms that I can combine on either side? Because 12x and 10 don't like each other, and neither do 3y and -4. Do I have just the y's on one side and everything else on the other side? I need just that y term, that 3y, to be by itself on one side. Perfect. Now, what am I going to add 4 to? You guys got this. 3y is equal to 12x plus 14. And last but not least, perfect. So you really shouldn't, and this goes back to our conversation, Brady, like you asked, you really should not divide until you have 3y by itself on one side, or -10y on one side by itself. So we get y equals 12x divided by 3 is 4. Give me more, give me more, give me more.
14 divided
Nope, nope. 12x divided by 3 is not 4.
14.
Nope, 12x divided by 3 is not 4.
Oh, 4x.
Thank you. Don't hurt its feelings. You forgot about him. You hurt X's feelings, Brady. You need to apologize to him. Now let's tackle the 14 divided by 3.
14 thirds.
No, that can't be simplified any. Okay. Oh, we're not to the fun ones yet. Try G. Fun ones are yet to come.
I don't know any of the rules anymore. It's not as nice. Good. Yep. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
So you want to just like
Just really deep.
No.
the reason why you don't like
We'll divide by one. We divide by one.
Oh,
Right now, otherwise, I have y minus 3 x. Is this right? You don't want to put that there.
now use your calculator. Then you would get y equals whatever 5 divided by 2, but make sure you how do you do that?
Okay, so what do I do?
You subtract 3x.
And then you go
from both sides.
I get plus 2y equals, can I combine?
No, it'd be 5 minus 3x.
And you get divide the whole thing by 2. Plus.
still a minus.
5 over 2 minus 3 over 2x.
Thank you for not forgetting x. He feels a little bit better, Donnie.
Donnie,
I'm gonna bully like you.
Donnie.
Okay.
It's negative.
Yep, so as you just wrote -3 halves x plus 5 halves, which, like I said, is absolutely correct.
So
Yep.
if we did minus, if we wanted to make that a -3 over 2, we would put plus -3 over 2?
Nope, the -3 halves x would come first, and since 5 halves is positive, I would put a plus sign. Those are the two same things. You just got to make sure the negative sign is right in front of 3 halves x, and that 5 halves is positive. Try H.
Yikes, what do you mean? It's the same as all the rest of them. And it's only second hour.
I know. I put the wrong mask today.
No, you have Y by itself?
Oh,
I get this all right together. Start all over.
Would I still subtract it?
No.
You always work with the
The
stuff
stuff that's on the same side of the Y. That's why I said circle of, remember, circle or highlight plus. And that kind of tells you you need that by itself, so get rid of everything else.
You can't do it. You know that you're minusing that, but there's no X on this side. And you can't minus it from this. You just put it like on the side. And then you move it even
What's the number in front of X? Nope, that's the number of
Five.
X, so you just have X. Yep. So you make up. Yep. No, good.
So then you go like.
Love it, we're not being afraid of fractions anymore. Love it.
So what is negative, or X divided by negative X, and negative 5. So just go.
What was the question I did? Gotcha, okay. Yes.
No,
No.
it doesn't.
That's what you did here, so that's why I'm confused by you
It
said
doesn't
that.
happen. Why do
Oh, you solved for X, so you, okay, got it, yep, so you, yep, you're on the right track.
So, oh,
When you divide X.
negative 5.
Yep.
Oh, awesome, okay.
Okay, what do I do first? Because I want Y by itself. We had a couple people who wanted to get X by itself. I know we're used to that, but for slope intercept, you need Y by itself. Yep. So I have a negative 5Y on the right side. Not quite. What sign is X?
Oh, so negative 1.
So negative 1X plus 10. You don't need the 1 there, but this really does help, especially with my next step when I go to divide both sides by negative 5. Because I agree, a lot of you got this right. 10 divided by negative 5 is negative 2. But what's negative 1x divided by negative 5? Let's go to my handy dandy calculator. Negative 1 divided by negative 5 equals 1/5. So you leave it as 1/5 x. And remember, that's the exact same thing as y equals negative 2 plus 1/5 x, because I saw some people have that. That's absolutely fine. Let's try I. We do have to distribute. So I get 4x plus 10 minus 6y equals 0. Here are my y's I need by themselves. Now you have two options here. Absolutely. Subtract 10 from both sides and then subtract 4x from both sides. But notice how everything is over here. I have 1, 2, 3 parts that are over there on the left. I could absolutely move these 2 to the other side, but you know what would be easier? Just move the -6 over. Because it doesn't matter what side it's on, it just has to be by itself. So if I just go ahead and add 6y to both sides, they disappear on the left, and that's all I have on the right. I'm not gonna write 0 plus 6y, because if I have 6 $5 bills in my bank account, am I gonna put plus 0? No, I don't want to be reminded of me not depositing any extra money. But on the left side over here, I would have 4x plus 10 still. So then I have to, now what would I do? Perfect. So, who entered 4 divided by 6 on their calculator? Oh, I guess a lot of people did. I love it. Who entered 10 divided by 6? And we are done. Here are the fun ones I was talking about. Why are they fun? Fractions that are our friends. So what do we do first? Distribute. Get your calculators out. 2/3 times x would be? Okay. 2/3 times 3? It is not. Remember, you got to hug that fraction. Hug that fraction. That's when you get the wrong answer. Plus 2. Our fraction disappeared. That's nice of it. Yep, I would just go ahead and add 2 right away. And that is done. That was easy, wasn't it? Just got to trust your calculator and remember to hug the fractions. Now what do we do for k? Distribute. What do I get when I multiply 1/5 times 2x? Good. Donnie's really trying to do a good job of making x feel better. He does. What's 1/3 times -3? Good. Well, this one wasn't as nice as the last one, where the fraction kind of disappeared for us. So you have an idea, Brady? There you go. Just like that? Perfect. Let's get rid of those fractions. So I end up with 20y. Go ahead. Yep. Awesome. Absolutely, I would. And what am I going to take 15 away from? Yep, those are the like terms. It absolutely would. You guys are really on. Friday's a good day for you. And then what? What do I get when I take 2x divided by 20? Brady, help him out.
X.
Thank you.
No more than that.
And then what do I get when I take -18 divided by 20? Yes. Last one. Try it out. And on a positive note, you got this.
It can be, that was a little messy, right? So
Minus 5.
you can do, but then it goes into a negative.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
it's a trap.
No, you're
Hurt you?
Do I need to hurt Mrs. Mason?
No, you're fine.
Johnny, what's going on over there?
Mrs. Mason felt bad for X, so she came over.
You knocked some sense in him over there?
I thought I heard it. Hit him on his sore hand.
Hit him on his hand?
Yeah.
Right where it hurts.
Oh, funny guy.
I know.
Wait, what is that? Plus what? No, 2x plus what? What? Oh, that's, I thought it was 19.
No, it's-
You're good. But I read your writing. My bad. Yes, you should have here. Okay. You know what I mean? So just. Okay, that I think is easier for you.
Okay, when I distribute that negative sign, what do I get?
Negative 2x plus 9.
Okay.
What did he say?
Okay.
Thanks for backing him up. Way to have his back.
Oh,
Okay, then what do I do?
Plus 5.
Good. Let's add the 5 to both sides because my y's are over on the right side. So we get negative 2x plus 14 is equal to 2y. Y equals
Negative.
plus what?
Plus 7.
Yes, perfect. That's it. So it's the exact same. Just remember those steps. Okay? So your homework for this weekend is page 4 and 5. Page 4 and 5. Oh, you're going to be okay, Donnie. You have 3 days to work on it. Today, tomorrow, and Sunday.
I have 3 days.
I don't have time for that.
Gotta make time.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then all of my virtual people, if you have any questions, let me know. But otherwise, have a great weekend.
I did.
Everybody in class says bye.
You want me to work with that?
No, that's okay. I can do it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.